Heather's Crafty Classroom. Today we are going to start on part 2 of I'm calling it the Fun Mini Album. I don't know what to name it. So we called it the Fun Mini Album. And it's the one that I've made 2 of so far. This one it's all untied, but it's like this one. We're going to walk step by step. So this is part 2. This is all the fun elements on the inside we're going to put together. So in part 1, we made our base. It's just an empty shell with nothing, not much going on yet. We're going to change that. So the first thing we're going to do is make some pockets over here. I made a double-decker pocket, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with 2 pieces of black cardstock, and they are going to measure, let's see, 5 7/8 by 4. 5 7/8 by 4. I think I wrote it down right there for you. 5 7/8 by 4. And we're going to score one of them at 1/2 inch on both sides. And what I make sure I do is I put it in my scoreboard, do it here, and then I rotate it and do it here, just so you know. And then I rotate it this way and do 2 1/2. So 3 different scores. And then the other piece, same size, 5 7/8 by 4. We're going to score it 1/2 inch here. We're going to rotate, 1/2 inch here, rotate, and 1/2 inch here. Okay, so these are already all done. We're going to burnish them down and trim them up and glue them in. Super easy. Pockets are one of the basic things that I learned how to do very first thing, but they're really effective in a mini album. We're going to cut off the corners right through that intersection. The intersection goes right through there, and I'm just going to cut it off, cut the triangle out. On the first piece. The second piece has a funky extra line, so let me burnish. We're only going to burnish the sides of this one. Only the sides of the second piece that has the 2 1/2 inch. So we have another score mark right here. I don't know if you can see it. That's our 2 1/2 inch score. We are not going to fold on that. That is just going to be a guideline. But we are going to trim the edges. So this one we're going to trim a little angle, and then this long piece, a little angle. Okay, so I'm going to remove that. The same thing on this side. We're going to do a little angle there, and turn around and do a little angle there. Okay, so when we fold them in, they're like this. This one needs a little bit more trim. Okay. Issues with my trimming today. Okay, so these are trash. So then we are going to put some score tape on these. On all 3 sides of the first piece, the one that has 1/2 inch scores on 3 sides. Okay, that one gets score tape on the 3 sides. This one only gets score tape on the 2 little sides, not the bottom at all. Okay. All right, so we are going to take our first piece, the one that has score tape on 3 sides, and we are going to attempt to take off this score tape backing with fingernails. Not always the easiest. Sometimes I use my knife. Works out a little easier sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work either. You just never know. Okay, and then I'm also going to add a little glue so I can secure it really well. Okay, I always, anything hanging over, make sure it's tucked in. Any score tape hanging out. Okay, and this one. And then this one. Okay, So now we're going to fold these in and we're going to glue this to the very bottom of our inside black piece that we put. Okay. Just like so. And now we have this nice, okay. Okay, and I think I've done these pockets before with you. This one you're going to put glue and you're going to slide it in all the way in to that line. This one I need to trim a little bit more. This is where you got to trim. Sometimes I don't trim enough. So I'm always worried about trimming too much. That's why I always dry fit this one. There we go. And it's going to go in just like that. So now we're going to have a pocket here and a pocket there. Let's glue this one in. All right. And this side. And some wet glue as well. And here too. Now, gonna slide it in, line it all up, and have another pocket. So now we have this awesome double pocket. And they go all the way down. So this one goes all the way down to the bottom. So you can put a long tag in there or photo mount. And then this one. One element done. Second element is going to go inside here, right? We're going to have the pulled down waterfall on this page. This is all wrinkled and I don't know why. I started this one and then I was like, oh no, I forgot to video. So the first piece we're going to need measures 10 inches. It's only this part. 10 inches by 4.5. So 10 inches by 4.5. And then you're going to score. Oh, sorry, dropping things. Then you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. It would be right here because this is glued on already. So you're going to glue it or score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. And then you're going to need 5 pieces that measure 4.5 square, 4.5 by 4.5. And you're going to burnish all of your score marks right here. And then each one, so this is my first one right here. It's hard to see, I know. So you see it right here? On this side, I glued this one on that first piece that was scored. And now the second piece got the second piece of scoring, third, fourth, fifth. So they're all glued on there. I don't know if that's really an easy way to explain it. I should have done it on camera. I apologize. I'll have to do another one on camera if you guys don't understand, but I think I've done these before, just different sizes. So it's 10 inches with all these score marks, and each one has a space where the 4 by 4.5 piece gets glued on. Okay. So now you have a piece that looks like this, and it's got all these band pages, and then this is the backing. It'll make sense when you do it. Then, I know I'm horrible. Try to make another video just on that. 1.5 inches by 12, 1.5 by 12, and this is what's going to secure this and make it work. So you're going to score at 3 inches, and again at 7.5. No, not 7.5. 7 5/8. 3 and 7 5/8, and you're gonna fold them on each other like so. So now you have a little section like that. You know what? Before we do that, I'm gonna glue this on here. So you're gonna lift up. This is the back side of the waterfall. This is your last page in the waterfall, and I'm gonna glue this on here about 1/2 inch or so from the edge of that last one. Let's put a little score tape. I'm going to put like 2 strips of score tape and the rest wet glue. My nose is running. It's so cold outside. We were outside. We went out to dinner. Drove around and looked at some Christmas lights. Man, it's cold out here. Well, not cold like compared to some of you, but cold for me. It's like in the 50s. That's cold for Southern California. Like I'm wearing a long, warm sweater. It just is what it is. All right, so I'm going to use my grid just to make sure I have it like in the right spot about. And I'm going to glue this down like so. So I'm going to glue that on that last page. And then we're going to fold the backing piece over and we're going to glue these two pieces together. Okay? So I'm going to make a mark so I know where to put my glue. So now I know I'm going to put some glue here. What did I drop? Nothing. Nothing important. So we're going to put 2 strips here just like we did. And add some wet glue. This is only part 2 of this album, and my desk is a hot mess. I gotta really learn how to work cleaner. I don't know, is that a possible thing though, to work creatively and keep organized? I don't know. Okay, and we're gonna close this on itself, and just like that. So now you are gonna hold on to this last page. This is my trial run. And you're going to pull down the backing. And it just slides real easy. So for now, that's all we can do until we put our fancy paper on the back. And then we'll glue this on top. And we'll put a little tabby pull down here. Okay, so that's it for now. You know, while I have this, I think I'm going to put a magnet here so I don't forget. I don't want to forget a magnet. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just doing one. Oh, these are so strong. Why are they so strong? Okay. Sometimes, man. Okay, and then I saw a lady do this the other day and it's been working out. I don't know who I saw, but they put the score tape on under backwards and put the other magnet on. And then folded it over. And these ones you have to make sure that your gussets are upright. And now I have my magnets on there. So awesome. So we have the front cover. We have this main one. Now we have this one. This one's the flip up page. And we can't glue it down either until we do the, what do I say? Until we do the pattern paper, but we can make it, okay? So our pieces that we're gonna need. Was a little organized this time. Didn't do it yet. We need a piece that measures 10 inches by 3. 10 inches by 3. You're going to score down the middle at 1.5. All the way down that middle. Then you are going to mark it. You're going to put it in your scoreboard. I use my scoreboard. Let me show you how I do it. In my scoreboard, and I use a pencil and I mark at 3.5 and 6.5. And then I rotate it and do it again, 3.5, 6.5. And then I do it diagonally with those marks and go diagonally, mark to mark. Okay, super easy. Easier than it looks. Let's put it that way. Way easier than it looks. So then you're going to score and burnish these. Let me close my glue. Hold on. I don't want it to dry out on us. That sucks if it does. Okay. So fold it that way, burnish, fold it this way, burnish, and make sure you fold it down the middle and burnish real good. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it so these have a triangle. So see how you have a triangle here and here? You're going to fold it so those are on the outside. And then you're going to burnish it down real good. This is going to get your pop-up mechanism, okay? So then the pieces we need on top are 4¼ by 8½ and 4¼ by 9. And we're going to put these together. So go ahead and fold them over and burnish. Fold this one over and burnish. And then this one goes back this way and burnish. And this one we're going to miter these little corners on the 1/2" piece. Okay. And we're just going to attach these two together. Like so. Okay, just like that. So we need a little score tape and a little glue. I don't know why I'm into using both right now. There's really no need. That one's out. I have another roll. Hold on. This is what it looks like if anybody cares. Score tape. You can get mine on Amazon usually. All right. I'm into using both. I like the score tape, but it doesn't cover the whole surface. So I feel like adding some white glue, some of the art glitter glue, it covers more surface area. So they're both really good. They both serve a purpose. Okay, and we're going to add some glue. Like so, and we're going to put the needle back in. And we're going to hook them together like so. Do you need to see what I'm doing? Perfect. Perfecto. Now we have Mountain Valley, or the letter M, or W. Wow, Mom. Anyway. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to attach this piece. It has these two little legs. Has the two little legs, right? We are going to attach it like so. One leg on top and one leg on the bottom. Now, to make sure it's going to fit in our book, I set it in here and see how I did that. It would have stuck out. So I got to push it in to make sure it's going to stay inside the album. And then I put a tick mark so I know where to put the glue. Like the glue has to stay in here on the other side, right? And then on this line, because if you make it any further, it's going to pop out of your book at the bottom, and that's not going to be good. Okay, so we're going to put glue underneath this one, and we're going to put glue underneath that one. And let's use, guess what? Both, because I'm like that extra these days. I don't know why I'm using both. Wait, so you can see what I'm doing. Score tape on that one, and we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do score tape on this side. Just like that, just a little score tape. And then I think I'm going to start with this one because you can see it on the front. Okay. You can see really good where I put the tick mark right there. Oh, and I wanted to make sure you know that you want to put it so the middle of the M is facing towards you. Okay. Middle of the M that pops out is away from the mechanism. So I'm going to stick the whole thing in here. I'm also going to see that it's side to side is pretty centered. That looks good right there. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to make sure that's on there. Good. Now this one, we're going to flip this page up where I put the score tape. I'm going to add some glue under here. Try not to bend it too much, but gotta see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put it down. Just like so. Okay. Letting that sit a minute before I try to move it. Make sure it sticks really, really well. So when it's in the book, when it's glued down and you open the page, it's going to go, wow. So you see that? I'm going to glue it. I'm going to glue this part to the page and I'm going to glue this part to the other page. And we'll do that next video. And then you're going to open up the page and it's going to look like that. Amazing. So that is all done. Look at that. That element's going to get glued right in there after we put the paper. Okay. So the last element is going to be on this page. And if you remember, it looks like this and it opens up. These open up for photo mats. I am going to put a little gusset here because mine, I can only put one with it comfortably. So I'm going to put a little bit of a gusset on the sides. I'm not going to really worry about the top and bottom. So this one, I have two pieces that measure, let's see, 3 3/4. And these were scraps, that's why they're odd numbers. 3 3/4 by 3. Two of them, scored them at 1/2 inch on the 3 3/4 side. 2 3/4 side. 3 side, 3-inch side, 1/2 inch on either side. Okay. And then we need two. These ones are going to measure 4.5 by 7 3/4. And I scored them at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch to give myself a gusset. Okay. 1/4 inch gusset, which might be a little excessive, but that's okay. These pieces, you don't need to have the gusset. You could if you wanted to, but I think it's going to be fine without it because these are just like the little bumpers to help keep it in. Keep what's ever inside in. So I think they're going to be okay. So this one we're going to score and burnish. And score and burnish. So you get that gusset. So now you have that little gusset there. So we can fit more in there. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing with this piece. And then we're going to glue these in. Oh, we're going to miter these corners too. Okay. I'm so excited to cut into this paper. The Tulla and Norbert. I've never had any of their paper, so I'm very excited to do it. I have the Valentine one too. I'm assuming it's last year's, but I don't care. I'm obsessed with, right now I'm obsessed with Tulla and Norbert, and I'm also obsessed with anything Doodlebug. So I think this week I'm going to try to get to Frank Garcia studio. It's about a half an hour away from me, and see what they have for Doodlebug. So I used a Doodlebug, used it on something, and I just fell in love. Fell in love. Did I use it for Christmas? I don't know. I don't see it anywhere. But I did use it. Oh, I think it was Halloween? It's in my for sale pile, I believe. Okay, so these ones, we are going to corner around these ones just to have some cohesiveness in the book. 1/4 inch side, not 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch side of my crocodile corner chomper on all 4 of these pieces. Okay. And these two, they had this at Tuesday morning about a month ago, and I was like, oh, I don't need a new one. Mine's still working. I think I should have got a new one. That's okay. If I felt ambitious, I could go now, but no. Try not to buy anything for me right now. It's really hard. It's really hard. I always want to buy something for me when I'm Christmas shopping. Anybody else do that? Oh, but I deserve this. I know. Sorry, Joe. That's what happened to the Tulla and Norbert paper. I had to buy it. I had never seen it at Tuesday morning. I was so excited. All right, I'm going to take this up. So here's our book back. And these are going to go on the inside back cover. Oh, I got a little rip right there. Bummer. I'll mix it with some glue. All right, so we are going to add, oh, let's take that big zipper off. All right. And I'm going to add some wet glue. And these are going to go on either side of right about there. Okay. Burnish it down. Got a little leakage, but that's okay. Paper's gonna cover it, and it's gonna be clear anyway. And now this side. I was wondering if anybody out there would be interested in a little craft room tour at some point. I love my craft room. It is my truly, truly happy place. I love being in here. We call it assuming the positions. We just got home from dinner. My husband went to the couch. My son went upstairs to play video games, and I came to my craft room. We are assuming the positions. And if my other son wasn't at work, he would be in his room playing video games. So much fun. So much togetherness. We had dinner together. These ones I'm going to put on the top and the bottom. I think I've done all these before for you. For these, I usually use just a piece of scrap, whatever I have left. Like, oh, that'll be a good size. Same thing with pockets. The pockets I made, they were a scrap left over. You know, sometimes they're really shallow, sometimes they're thicker. They just leftovers. Okay, I'm going to turn it sideways so I could put it up here. And I'm trying to center them as much as I can too, just eyeballing it. I don't get too specific with a ruler or anything with this stuff. Not often. All right, so that is it. We have our book totally ready for paper, with the exception of a magnet there. Other than that, we are ready to put paper. So that'll be the next video. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these videos to 30 minutes or so. So you guys don't get too bored. I don't want people to get bored of me. But if you're so inclined to watch the next video where we mat it, I don't know. I don't know if I'm brave enough to cut all that paper on camera. I usually cut it ahead of time and then come in and show you what I cut and what we're putting where. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a little bit of both. I don't know if I'm brave enough. I feel like I would mess up a lot. We'll see. So I got to make sure my gussets are straight. This gusset is straight and it's not straight. Heather, pay attention. Gusset, gusset, good. And hold it down. So now we have our magnets there. Perfect. All right, so that's it. This one goes back in here. This one's in there. We got pockets there. We are ready to do some matting. So the next video will definitely be matting of the cutest paper, Tulla and Norbert. Tulla and Norbert's Christmas party. So got this at Tuesday morning for $6.99. And then I got the chipboard stickers too. Got a lot to play with. 12 pieces of paper. We're good. We're going to have fun. So that'll be the next video. I'm probably going to cut some paper ahead of time. I don't think I could do it on video. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.